And I was going to do a medley of things and just say a few words about, these times, whatever the outcome of this election. I think there's some permanent scars here. It's going to get probably worse before it gets better. I saw the Michael Moore movie last night. I recommend it, Trumpland. Maybe it's coming here. Does anybody know?
It's on iTunes.
Oh, okay, on iTunes. And he was in the House last night presenting the movie, and some interesting conversation around that. But I, thinking about this event today, thinking of how in my long, long life, just how you just staying on issues, year after year after year. And so whatever the outcome, there's certain things that just stay, one is active with and ongoing. So I'm going to maybe just a couple of notes, and I'll just read a medley of things that touch on some of this. And I wanted to invoke the legendary Avalokiteshvara, Kuan Yin or Chen Rezig, in the Tibetan Buddhist pantheon. This is a bodhisattva who his goal is to clean up suffering, and does a great job, sweeps it all up, sucks it all up, and then turns back to see what's happened, and it's all come back again, and sheds a tear. The tear turns into this deity, Tara, who sheds another tear. And there's also help from another legendary figure who splits Avalokiteshvara, Chenrezig, into multiple parts, 1,000 arms, 1,000 eyes, 1,000 ways to better serve the world, that kind of thing. So that's been an image for me. I wanted to, I have over here the great document from Black Lives Matter, which part of their manifesto and their various points, and there's a whole great section on political power, and including, for example, a lot of the people still held and incarcerated under COINTELPRO. And one of, very strong point around this need for not letting go of the past either, things that need to be redressed, and strong efforts to release those warriors long imprisoned. I've been very involved for a number of years in Boulder, Colorado, which is very important. I vote in Boulder, Colorado, which is the Rocky Flats plutonium plant. You don't see it anymore. It's invisible, but there's in the soil, there's still plutonium, which has a half-life of 24,100 years, and that's the time it will take for half of the stuff to radioactively decay. So they want to open a refuge center, theme park, where you can come with your children and your dog and so on. So the various groups, the Peace and Justice Center in Boulder and other groups are on that. We've helped close the place down. I was arrested there in the 70s with Allen Ginsberg and Daniel Ellsberg. A lot of arrests, a lot of pressure on it. So many other people came out. A lot of the poets, of course, from the Naropa scene, but regular folks. We had a 25th anniversary not that long ago, and with a lot of testimony about people who suffered, people who worked at the plant, people who have ongoing illnesses and cancer-related illnesses, and so on. So, at some point, that this incredible incompetence, neglect, corruption, arrogance, denial, incompetence, etc., plutonium was being brought in on a weekly basis by train to make the pits for the nuclear warheads. So nuclear stuff is really continues to be on my mind. I don't think that issue is ever going to go away. That, and of course, climate change, global warming. So, a lot of continuing work in those fields, and have we heard anything about this stuff in this election cycle? I mean, it's criminal, and really sad, but there's lots of community around these things. And Moore makes the point in his film, about the day after the election. And of course, he's been very involved with Bernie Sanders' campaign and a lot of the people working together. Then that continues, as I'm sure you realize, if you open up your emails every day, right? Are you hearing from Bernie? I hear from everybody. I get Trump email, which is sort of, I always think it's a joke or something, and then they're serious. So that sense of continuing beyond November 8th, as I'm sure most of you will do and continue to do. And, just to remember all these issue, pick your issue, whatever it is, there's a world out there where other people are on the same wavelength about this stuff. So we did the 70th anniversary of Nagasaki. We did an event in New York at the Ethical Cultural Center, and it brought in the Hibakushi women, these women who survived, and have this incredible chorus, and they came and sang in New York. The mayor of Hiroshima was there, and it was a kind of fundraiser, but just the will to keep this in mind. And I work with Joanna Macy, who's now involved at Naropa, very important figure. Maybe if you haven't heard of her, check her out, the visionary around the Guardianship Project, where we take responsibility for these sites. For example, at Rocky Flats, instead of a invisible, toxic site, you'd build a pyramid, and you'd have people working there who were either inscripted, or it would be part of a plan of either you could serve through the government, whatever, but you would wear great costumes and be there to teach, and you'd have to be protected somewhat, but it would be a learning site, and one would, sort of own it and take responsibility rather than hiding it. The Anthropocene, of course, and so many other things. So I'll just start to read a few texts that seem relevant to the times. Any questions so far? This has been amazing, all these presentations. Anybody jazzed by the election? Going to be out there? Hello, Cambridge? Okay. All right, well, I'll just read this is called Dirge South, and this was written June 18th, 2015, after the massacre at the Emmanuel Church in South Carolina. South in the spectrum events, murderous events. Good South, the longer warrior, not bad South. Get ready room for hell. Untethered hatred, sky aflame, stars aligned for non-rational, a despondent map down under a long forgiving, and then reckoning long, who forgive? Would she, would they, would he, would she, would they, would he forgive? Then she forgive, mothers and fathers forgive. See the bigger picture, ethno-historical days, a sum. We do holy ritual and turning. We do secular ritual turning. We continue you, dear murdered. This is domestic terrorism. Body, holy, blackness, holy, blackness, holy, in the cross stream of liberation. But here in the collective groan, longer groan, prehistory, you want psyche, you cross a world together, sing of victims and crime, you curse, you will not sing, you must not sing, then must not sing, then must sing, then must sing the evil down, sing centuries, unmitigated disaster, arrive at 100-year plan, Oh, thousand-year plan, oh, withers without your spirit, and all go down. And this white body, all go down, and all go down, and white go down. Do something, white body, and all go down. What genocide? Any room for poetry? Navajo poet lowers his head. Children, in this time, room for poetry. This time, sorry, hominid. What walls you were up against, it murder, detail, all of it, Emmanuel, oh come, could tell rupture, scream, what next, sing, could tell it's over, watch, come over, Emmanuel, young man dead in his time, one lay in blood, washed in the blood, unsolved, ripped again, structure, rip the architectures that don't work, that rip, that rot, renewal. So saints in heaven, the saints in heaven, oh come, disappeared, erased, all the saints in heaven down on their knees for this, and this white body go down, apotheosis, the 9, assumption of bodies too familiar. This is domestic terrorism. Lift innocence when you go to slaughter, broke down into slaughter, degeneration. This is domestic, up against and scream terrorism, pressuring brain and mount, ghosts beg for light, mount in the heat, pile up layers of atrocity in the house of the Lord. What law will bind, hold back slaughter of innocents? Oh, you syndicates of samsara, breed genocide, proud genocide, flag of the murder, insignias and shells, proud to wear by the weak and damned, room for poetry. The 9, Cynthia Hurd, 54, Susie Jackson, 87, Ethel Lance, 70 years old, Reverend DePayne Middleton, Doctor, 49, Honorable Reverend Clementa Pickney, 41, Taiwanza Sanders, 26, Reverend Daniel Simons Sr., 74, Reverend Sharonda Singleton, 45, Myra Thompson, 59, for rest, for succor arrive. When they say never coming, then arrive. Eruption of chaos, then arrive. Blood and twin to, always chaos and twin to arrive. How many guns can you buy today? Locked in a chaos like fever, a cosmos of darkenment. Mask, mine or yours, masked in privilege. Turn around as the world in the mouth sobs, trying to get out. Oh come, oh sob me a river gone south. Legion of terrorism, infernal descents, inborn, wake up, arrive. American soil saturated with the blood, indigenous time. Oh, come, hold, oh, will hold, oh, dark lamb, oh, blessings, come, hold, oh, heart, hold, help us, Jesus, help me, Jesus, hold, shake these white bodies down, oh, go down, help us, Buddha, help us, Yahweh, help Muhammad, help us, Muhammad. Help can use it. Hold. This is domestic terrorism. And from Rocky Flats, so just a line here, this Keep Kids Off Rocky Flats, if you want to sign on, is a project of the Justice Center, Rocky Flats Nuclear Guardianship, refuge which surrounds an active Superfund cleanup site and former nuclear weapons facility, is not safe from the radioactive hazards of plutonium. They're subject to the disturbances of wind, rain, and burrowing animals. Scientific evidence has shown that tiny plutonium particles can be brought to the surface and released into air, where they can be readily inhaled by anyone. Hungry ghost, a morphology all by itself between our realms. Hungry ghost that dwells in consciousness, that torments our desires. Sexy ghost, a performer, a demon, a gadfly, to never have enough, be enough, get enough. Never have enough, get enough, be enough, dancing on coals. In a state of mind unsatisfied, unsettled over what he thinks, what she thinks, what they think, what the eye thinks, hieroglyphs for the hungry ghost, unsatisfied, dancing on nails, jostled by waves, the real kind, pulling you under, turbulent in a shadow realm between waking and sleeping. Hungry ghost with sacrifices in the sand, hewn characters, arms and legs that are brisk strokes of gestures in air and language, flailing about, writing with a skeletal stylus of the hungry ghost, sleeping with a hungry ghost who writes your book. Hungry ghost, a web, a film, a trail, a latent thought set down, won't let go. The watcher watching you in your hungry ghost fabrication. Hungry ghost, the war machine, sleeping with a humming war machine. Hungry ghost that is a blur between worlds, thrumming on filaments of desire, threads of desire constantly broken, strings plucked and snapped. The connection, the fix is in for the hungry ghost who sings in lamentation, singing to be a ghost and so very hungry. The fix is in, yearning for existence, fix is in, yearning for sustenance, fix is in. Hungry ghosts of the Jurassic, large omnivores startling you with appetite. Hungry ghosts ancient in mind, continuity of the mind of all primordial. Hungry ghosts, or radiant colors of seductive desire. How can we ever feed your ravenous hounds, elusive beauty adorning your tattered frame, transient and flickering, transmigrating through many lifetimes? Hungry ghost, down and dirty on the street, shackled, body picked over on a street in a distant street over there, other side of the hungry ghost world, people willing to die there, fighting the hungry ghost, despots, tyrants, mercenaries, fight the denizens of hungry ghost worlds. Stars, atoms, molecules, names, family histories, all shackled. The holy river right in front of you. Your river's in lockdown, bending over into the river of the hungry ghost. Torturer can do anything he wants to. Maybe anyone can be bumped or busted. Brown paper bag over the head. Torture and death. Wipe the mouth away. Wipe the eyes away. Wipe the ears away. Wipe the long ago away. A better hand of death will guide you from this hungry ghost world. Gunned down on your own street, code of executioner's light, exultant the civvies turned on to torture, set teeth to knuckles, knuckles to knees, set fist to bloated belly, a muzzle snaps, the lights are out and they are thrashing, metal set to teeth, set teeth to neck, hungry ghost, a bloodsucker's paradise, being sexy in a broken world. Riparian habitat, bed down, rest by water, out by the theme parks, deer, elk, prairie dogs, pocked gophers resting by water, shadows resting now in the charnel ground of hungry ghost, prebles jumping mice, coyotes, badgers coming alive at the nuclear plant. Dissolved, all disappeared, invisible, now illegal to mention the weight, circumference, mass, or specific composition of the products that were made here. Artifacts saturated with 20, 40 years of radiological pollutants, thousands of workers dismantling, and 70,000 plutonium pits to bury. Hungry ghosts, uranium, americium, beryllium, dioxin carbide, tetrachloride, $7 billion, clean up a hungry ghost. Mass hungry ghost, the picocuries of plutonium to ram in the soil 3 to 6 feet down. Radioactive leach fields, buried shells, landfills, and dirt-covered mounds. Hungry ghost hidden from the prying eyes. Hungry ghost, a heavy, heavy metal sound, or whimpering as a child strafed by the whip of hungry ghosts. A line of conifers over there. A ligament or tendon pulls hard on the bone. Old fractures to haunt you. Hungry ghost, a crypsis, a camouflage. Hungry ghost, a psychic breakdown. Memories of all the hungry ghosts. Oil! Oil! All you thought in terms of progress vanishes. I awoke one night and we were all wired, all of us hungry ghosts, wired for appetite. I got those Anthropocene blues. Get rid of those drones, please, America. Looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Drones over Jordan coming after me, singing of the crimes of man. I've got those Anthropocene blues. Looked into the crystal ball, what did I see? Ghosts of the extincted ones coming after me. Heap of trouble coming after me. Karma can't balk it. Karma, we've done it. Manifest destiny, manifester destiny. Looked into the crystal ball, what did I see? Plastostomos snails wiped out by a cement company, singing of the crimes of man. Walk lightly, tread, gently, singing those Anthropocene blues. Looked into the crystal ball, what did I see? Cadres of humans taking to the streets, oh, cadres changing the frequency. Got those Anthropocene blues. I'm going to end with, this is an invocation to one of the wiser world leaders, the Dalai Lama. This is for the Dalai Lama's 80th birthday. It's a little chant where I invoke this Chenrezig who cleans up the world of suffering, and the name actually in Tibetan refers to the word eye, to look, giving the meaning of one who always looks upon all beings with the eye of compassion, and also one looks down upon sound. And this is also, as I said, the origin of Kuan Yin, a male and female character, perceiving sounds or cries, and someone who perceives, who hears and feels the world's lamentations. So who's not going to vote? Juliana. Not for Eileen again? Not going to vote for Eileen again? Maybe she's continue to run. Everybody else? I'm worried about those Supreme Court appointments, certain domestic things. I get the horrors if I start to go too far out of the continent. I mean, even then, but yeah. There's some very important stuff in Colorado. I know that much, and I think the more we can help some of these other candidates, the better. So everybody on board for that? Or the revolution, folks? I've been waiting for it my whole life. I've been working and hoping, and we founded the Jack Kerouac School of Disembodied Poetics to help do that. Ginsberg said something interesting before he died, which was that the only hope of America and the spiritual hope of America would be Black America, and the sense of the leadership would be there. So I urge you all to become involved, and I feel, very, is there a Black Lives chapter here at Harvard or anything going on? Okay, in Cambridge? Yes. Okay, cool, great. Because there's not really one in Boulder yet. So people are working on that. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I thought we were supposed to come with a platform of some kind. What's that? Yeah. No, well, what hasn't been? It's just been so painful. It's going to be so scary for a while. What do you think? Are we going to get our language back? We're going to be able to talk about anything in an intelligent way? No? Not in my lifetime. What?
I think some important things have been exposed.
Yes, I agree.
And in a very rapid way, because of this rogue, the T-man, and his actions in the world. I think it's causing a lot of introspection.
Causing a lot of
introspection and
yes.
a lot of reaction in the good
Right.
sense.
Right.
So I think there's some sort of some sort of upside to the nastiness, in the sense that many people are not going to go through this again. Many people are not going to go through these motions, these denials, and these
Right.
abuses, and these
Right.
People are deciding that they're not going
Right.
to do that. And right now it's painful, but I think that hopefully the sediment will capture some of the positive aspects of the reaction against Trump and things like
Right.
that. So I don't see it as all very negative myself.
No, I think from the standpoint, just working folks, and I have a lot of those in my family, and also who's got what in common with others. If you have, these same people, elites who've got, Republican, Democrat, who shop at the same stores, go to the same restaurants, have the same kind of lifestyles, that's the big problem. They are closer than, any.
Yeah, I think it's super important to I'm sorry, we have a
I
conversation with Diane Waldman, the poet. Like, I went, wow. I think it's important to pare away or have real conversations with people who we disagree with, and who we disagree with. To have conversations with people we disagree with, and decide which things do we agree on. Right. In terms of life, in terms of things. And if we actually have that conversation step by step, instead of just reverting into our bubble of radicalism or our bubble of Democrat or our bubble of whatever.
Right.
I think it's super important to get out of our bubbles and go out and splay forth, not views, not commitments, not idealism, but actual exchanges where we kind of move the ball forward. That's been my experience, at least.
Right. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to finish up with a little bit of this chant, just to put us in the mood. Also, it's such an honor to be. Thank you. All right, so this is Chen Rezig. Swept away all suffering, gathered it up in a quantum leap, sucked it up till it returned. And when he looked back over his shoulder and saw all suffering come back in a great wave, all suffering riding in, filling up nooks and crannies and crevices and templates of the world, all suffering, filling neurons and quarks and leptons, troubling minds of fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, all children, lovers, all sentient beings, suffering, toxins of passion, aggression, ignorance. In the middle of the night, snapped in demon mind, nowhere to hide, when all pounding suffering rides in and mind splits in 1,000 pieces. Chen Rezig wept and head split in 1,000 pieces, and mighty red fire Buddha Amitabha leans in and puts the puzzle back together, wires it with tantric thread, adds some extra arms, extra heads, a conglomeration of tendencies. This wisdom body, larger and larger, this wisdom body, to rid the world of all suffering suffering. More arms and heads take charge, build it better. A deity to maximize power to ease all suffering. And now Chenrezig had 1,000 arms in all directions of space with numerous accoutrements, and under those arms 1,000 hearts, better to banish all suffering. Suffering of Tibet, of India, of Pakistan, wherever his crystallized land, wherever, whatever that map of suffering he alights on. Keep emptying of suffering. Europe, USA, empty. Israel, Palestine, empty. China, Russia, Africa, Syria, Japan, Haiti, Yemen, 11 heads with 11 third eyes, and more wisdom eyes in all the pores of the body. Chenrezig walks among us, humble prince toward all systems of empire. Walks among us, all constituent forms, precious ink, diamond scepter, skull cup of blood, and thigh bone trumpet, dissolve in mind, and lotus at his foot arises again through cracks of concrete, city or charnel grounds, eternal war. Starflowers shoot at dark of a distant galaxy, anywhere out of this world. His heart is that big, and Dharma gates are endless. Vow to every one of them and enter every one of them. Typhoons and famines dissolve, and emptiness as form come back at you, and blow back is love come back at you. Multiverse moves in the night that never sets. Is it cold out there? Will Tibet be liberated? And planet not royal with dystopia? And will relight the butter lamp? Gone out in panic of this dark age. Banish, oh banish, so way the texts of doom. Turn again the wheel again. Chenrezig walks among us, no identity endures yet. Bodhisattvas are ever active, invisible elves, swirling shamans, shape-shifting wizards, every hour dedicating the merit. No end time here, but aspiration. Press harder, don't tarry, don't tarry, don't tarry. Keep trying to sweep away all suffering, all pockets of the multiverse. With mantra, every mala beat a thought for others in all directions of space. Oh, push, push against the darkness, our Cartesian doubt. Push, push quantum dimensions to worry, while Dharma bends in all dimensions simultaneously. And extinction is nothing but the extinction of suffering inside the extinction of self, whose form is emptiness, to power of compassion. Oh, scientist of compassion, Chenrezig walks among us. Oh, push, push against the darkness. Push, 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 push. Push, push against the darkness. Push, push against the, push, push against the, push, push against the darkness. Push, push against the darkness. Push, push against the darkness. Thank you.